Hi, everybody. My name is Kristen, and I am an Arbonne Independent Consultant, Executive National Vice President, and I am not a doctor. So I just wanted to say make sure you talk to your doctor, get recommendations from your doctor, and all the things. But I am just a wife of 32 years to my amazing husband, Scott, a mother of two daughters, and a grandmother of two grandsons who are 1 month and 1 year old. And now I have always been, for about the last 18 years, a wellness advocate. But I will tell you that I hit rock bottom in perimenopause, and I decided to be that girl who would fight for her health. So I'm not a doctor, like I said, but I'm a woman who found strength, and I didn't know that I even had it. And so now I'm here to help other women navigate hormones, healing, and help one conversation, real conversation at a time. So it was 5 years ago, and I was exhausted, inflamed, and overwhelmed, to say the least. So let me know if you have any of these symptoms because I will tell you this is where I found myself. And this was about 6 years ago. My hormonal symptoms were hot flashes up to 20 a day. I remember counting them one August when it was really hot out, and I had about 20 that day. Night sweats, irregular periods, heavy bleeding periods, severe PMS with blood clotting during periods, lower libido than normal, definitely noticed that. Vaginal dryness, yes, I said it. Mood swings, chronic UTIs, 3 years in a row, about four a year, sometimes even more. Irritability, brain fog, breast tenderness, so bad. Weight gain, especially around the midsection, where I found myself 100 pounds overweight. Let's talk about sleep and energy. Difficulty falling and staying asleep, waking up exhausted because I couldn't sleep. I needed a nap every single day. I used to have a CPAP machine. I went for a sleep study and I used a CPAP machine for 3 years till I no longer needed it anymore. So I didn't feel good. I had no motivation to move or exercise because I was in so much pain. My joints hurt. I had pain I had never felt before in and around my legs, buttocks area, all sorts of areas that was debilitating to me. My emotional, mental health, completely overwhelmed by all this, as you can imagine, feeling completely dismissed by doctors because they would look at things on paper and say, you're fine. So, what does that do? You kind of feel isolated because nobody else feels like this around you because they're not talking about it and they're not real about it, which gives you the lack of confidence. And so, with the physical discomforts of joint pain and stiffness and muscle aches and frequent headaches and migraines, I had a lot of headaches and migraines. I'll never forget it. Bloating, I think I just lived bloated because I always felt bloated. Digestive issues, which we'll talk about, blood sugar imbalances, inflammation, very swollen. I look back at my face. Wow. Hair thinning completely. It's coming back, thank God. Dull skin, yes. And then a low adrenal function, having all that tested, low progesterone, estradiol, and testosterone, imbalanced cortisol. So basically, I had about every symptom that you could have. Do any of those sound familiar to you? Let me know. Drop that in the chat. So the wake up call for me was if nothing changes, nothing changes. And I started learning about intermittent fasting. And that was the first thing that I did. And actually, I went and looked through my books because I have a lot of books. And I found the book that I learned about it because it was not like the rest of them that are out here now, like Fast Like a Girl and all of that. None of that was around. So I started with this book and I started reading about it. There was no groups on Facebook. There was nothing that I could, and no one to talk to. So I felt very alone at this time. But I started reading about intermittent fasting and how important that could be for me. And so I did the basic. I did 16 and 8. Sometimes I did 18 hours, but most of the time it was 16 and 8. And I still do that today. But that helped me kick my butt in gear and really started having me look at everything. And then after that, I focused on some hormonal health, but that's really where I started. As we know, what I discovered in all of this was that hormones affect everything: sleep, mood, metabolism, weight. And then that affects gut health, blood sugar. That's all deeply connected. And so what I found is I needed a rhythm and I needed not like a reset every Monday because it wasn't working. So let me talk about really what changed and what happened. So I stopped trying to fix myself and started supporting my body. And I want you to hear that, supporting your body. So I created a system that I could stick with. I built muscle and strength, not just in my body, but in my mind. I had 100 grams of protein a day and really more than that when I started because I weighed a lot more, but that's like the minimum now that I have. And let me just tell you guys, I was having, like I said, chronic UTIs. And I looked at all of this and I look back to my photo in my late 30s, and that's really when it began. And they say that perimenopause can begin in your mid 30s, and that's really where it began for me. So the cool thing is that guess what? We don't need to suffer anymore. And we know so much about our bodies now, and we know that our bodies are not broken, but they're just shifting. And that shift has been amazing because Arbonne has jumped on this hormonal women's wellness, and it's called her core. So for some people, they think they're going through, just stress or whatever. And if they keep busy and they keep doing what they're doing and they eat clean, they'll be fine. But when perimenopause it hits hard. And so, like I said, I spent a decade, nearly 15 years, being dismissed by doctors, and then really becoming my own advocate. And I'll talk to you about what I did and what I invested in: some testing, building new habits, committed to a lifestyle overhaul that I never looked back at, and I still do today. The same thing that I did to lose the weight is what I did today, and that's the ticket. So here's the daily strategy that brought back my life, really. And it's been helped me personally stay really grounded in my goals. And I've done a ton of research around this, and now I share it with women. So functional insight. So I tested and tracked everything. I invested in extensive hormone testing, which tested my progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, cortisol. I did 120 biomarker test just recently, and actually DM me because I'm just talking about this right now. I haven't even posted about this or shared about this, but I recently had 120 biomarker test done. I wish I would have had this 5 years ago, you guys, but I can share this with you now. And it is really affordable. So affordable that what I did probably cost me 7 times the amount of what this 120 test biomarker did. There's actually a coupon code I can give you for that. So I had all that done. Gut testing. So I did all of that, very extensive, to test what was really going on within my microbiome. Full blood work, functional lab panels. So in 2018, I spent about $3,000 with a well-known naturopath with no clear answers. And like I said, I have this new testing that you can do that's life-changing. So talk to me about that. But I know because I did it before and nothing came up. And so I was like, well, I'm going to figure this out. But when I did this new testing, I got back my biological age, came back as 37, and I'm 54. And that is proof that the body responds when you support it right. So the second thing that I did is supplements. And so here's the great thing is I did not have the Her Core system like we have now. Boy, goodness. Do you know how much time I spent trying to find a drink that would help me with my UTIs, which just ended up being an herb, which didn't really work? I mean, you guys, I was looking for anything like this meno support that we have now. So let's talk about that. So I don't believe in pills for everything at all. As a matter of fact, I do believe in targeted plant-powered support that works with your body. And here's what I use daily. So the Meno Support, clinically studied, addressing 10 key symptoms of perimenopause and menopause, including sleep, mood, hot flashes, joint health, and so much more. And I'll go through those. Also, there is the cycle support. I don't actually use that one because I do not have my cycle anymore. But if you have your cycle, it's an adaptogenic blend for cycling women or hormone balancing. I use the Flora Complete every day. You guys, this is for your vaginal probiotic. It's a urinary probiotic, and this is going to help me end my 3-year cycle. And I feel so good already, you guys. I love it. Also, what else do I use? A non-negotiable green synergy elixir. So it's a prebiotic, probiotic, digestive enzyme, collagen. It has 16 fruits and vegetables, all your greens, everything that you can need for your hair, skin, and nails. This is a 1 day a drink. It's amazing. It tastes great, and you'll love it. So the green synergy elixir is where I start with everybody. The essential meal protein, 25 grams of clean protein, 30 vitamins and minerals to help stabilize blood sugar, build muscle, and fuel my morning. I start with this every day, and I do a serving and a half, which gives me about 35 grams. with a little bit of good cottage cheese on the top mixed with greens and everything else in there, and I am good to go. Okay, fizz, you guys, naturally midday energy boost without a crash. I only do one. I used to do a lot more than that because I didn't, you guys, I literally would do 4 to 5 fizzes a day. Now one. Inner Calm and Dream Tea. This is my favorite duo. This rests my nervous system that helps me actually fall asleep. So this is a duo I do every single night. And then I will tell you, my one of my favorites is my menopause mocktail, which is my mind health, my hydration, and my collagen all in one. And yes, there is collagen in another one, but I double collagen. These are my real nails. You guys look at them. They're never been so long. And my hair is finally growing back. So that's my menopause mocktail. So these aren't just trendy. They're tools that, as the women I coach, many feel better just starting with even just the meno support. Because let me just tell you, better sleep leads to better movement, and better movement leads to better outcomes. And when you're not sleeping, you do not feel good. Okay. So, but here, I want you to hear this. The supplements, here's the thing, alone, they're not going to do the work for you. They are the catalyst and they are not the cure. And so I want to talk to you about the third step here is nutrition. So no guessing, total commitment on this. I used MyFitnessPal to track everything I ate and drank. And I'm actually back doing that today. Just started it a couple weeks ago, but I did this for like 4 years straight. Then I took off a year because I basically eat the same things. So I know what to do now, right? But I was so committed to this, you guys. Hit a minimum of about 40 grams of protein per meal back then. I stuck to a specific calorie range. I know people talk about that, but that's what works for me. So figure it out for yourself. Don't listen to everybody. Just like when I told people I was intermittent fasting 5 or 6 years ago, yeah, no, that didn't go over well. I just said, well, I'm going to do it. And here we are. We have an intermittent fasting program. So there you go. Cut out the sugar. I cut out the processed foods and I gave up alcohol completely. Okay. I did not have a single cheat meal, not a bite, not a lick, not a snack. I didn't dabble. I committed. And because of that, my body responded. And here we are today. So the fourth pillar is movement. I built strength in layers. Phase one, I rode my Peloton. I started off doing a couple miles and lifting some weights with it. 3 pound weights, 2 pound weights. I couldn't do much. I was in a lot of pain. I could barely sit, but then I could barely move, but then I could barely ride my bike, but I couldn't walk. Was like, what am I going to do? I've got to build some muscle. I've got to do this. So I started, and you guys, I got up to 18 miles a day on my Peloton, along with lifting weights. And then about 2 years ago, I changed that. So I lifted heavy weights with consistency. Phase two of my thing shifted into swimming. And now my goal is to swim 3,000 yards, which is 1.7 miles a day. And I love it. I have friends that do it that challenge me that are way better than swimmers than me, but doesn't matter. Like I'm just in the pool and I'm having fun and I'm building muscle and I've never felt this good in my life. And I also integrated Pilates in to increase my core strength, my flexibility, my flow, and lifting heavy weights. So I'm proof that you can build muscle, lose weight, and maintain your skin, and probably because I take a double collagen a day. So I move because I love what it gives me, which is energy, confidence, definition, and discipline. Okay. Number five, non-negotiable, nervous system plus sleep. I protect my peace. Let's talk about that. So I learned how cortisol impacts my belly fat, my sleep, and my cravings. And I actually had it even tested. So I created that wind down routine of the dream team and the inner calm and no screens and putting your phone away. I do sleep with green noise. I love it. I now sleep deeply and consistently for the first time in 15 years. And I'm wide awake and ready to rock and roll at 4:30 in the morning. And if you know me, I go to bed at sundown and I'm up at sunrise. I'm up before sunrise. So calming your nervous system isn't fluff. It's just not a fad. It's foundational and it has been for me. So my final word is this is work, but it's worth it. There's no quick fix. No one product's going to transform your life. But when you combine the right habits with the right support and you stop giving up on yourself, your entire life changes. And I am proof of that. And now I want to help other women like you do the same. So are you ready? Let's get going. Okay. So I'm going to take you through this flow. That was a 15-minute of my story. I'm going to get this other pounded out in the next 10 minutes, but I'm going to talk to you about the company, the ingredient policy, our healthy living club, and options to get involved. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. So company. I don't know about you, but I love to purchase from a brand that aligns with my values and that is effective and that works. And I like a good deal. So here's why I choose to share it. Arbonne is a 45-year-old company founded in Europe. Arbonne is a global health and wellness holistic company that focuses on people through pure, safe, and beneficial products. Our founder loved nature and believed in the power of plants and botanicals for healing, and that was 45 years ago. You guys, we are B certified, B Corp certified. Have you heard of this? So B Corp basically means that we are certified to put people before profit. So people and the planet before profit. And we want to make sure that we're taking care of the planet. So that's what we do when we source our ingredients. And this shows up. We are committed to transparency. We are audited annually to maintain this B Corp certification. And that really puts Arbonne in the map because that puts a B Corp as very high standards, just like Patagonia, and other companies are like that. So Athleta. So community and support. So whether you're a part of the wellness club or a part of the team and you actually want to be a part of the movement and start sharing this with people, that's available for you as well. So we're going to talk about our ingredient policy. That's a little bit about that. Now we're going to talk about our ingredient policy. Okay, so the ingredient policy this is my favorite part about Arbonne. So our ingredient policy is the difference maker. So all our products are vegan, non-toxic, cruelty-free, and have been that way since 1980, you guys, the year I was born. Just kidding, I was born in 1970. But important because in the US, we don't have any like strict regulations. So we don't really ban harmful ingredients. You basically can use anything here. But we don't do that. So everything is gluten-free, non-GMO, no dairy, no soy, no free of all the major allergens, free of artificial colors and sweeteners. We also co-develop with experts, meaning that we have actually like 400 consumable products, makeup, skincare, nutrition, bath and body, personal care, women's wellness, and you get 90 days to fall in love or your money back. So you can use all of this and do a program and return it all. Doesn't happen, like almost never, but that's available to you. Let me talk to you about the club. This is really exciting. Pay attention what the club is about, okay? So we want you to feel good. We want to offer you support daily, weekly, and monthly. Not like Amazon. You go and buy products from Amazon. They're not going to be as clean as ours. I don't really know all what's on there, but I do want to say you're not going to have somebody following up with you and building a relationship with you and supporting you. So we want you to have the routines to set up for success. We have a client chat where you'll get support if that's something you want. We also offer education, tips, recipes, and guides complete with Hormone Center via our website. Okay. So is this for me? Let me just ask you, does this sound like you? Curious, pop that in the chat. Is this for you? Are any of these, anything that you're experiencing right now? I mean, you guys heard all of mine. So let's talk about what this could look like for you. So here's the club venue. And I love this because on the daily, think habits, think healthy routine, think simplicity. So key benefits are energy, bloating, glowing skin, options to up your protein and even support your liver and kidneys daily. This is what our products do. So the green synergy is our top seller. And this is our 3-in-1 combo. It's 12 fruits and vegetables, which adds diversity to your gut microbiome, prebiotics, probiotics, 13 digestive enzymes that help your body break down food. So really important. It also helps as a triple threat for your glowing skin, hair and nails, look at them, with hyaluronic acid, a vegan collagen booster, biotin, sea buckthorn. And no, it doesn't taste like grass or dirt, okay? I tell people that. It has a citrus flavor. It tastes delicious, and I crave mine daily. The Energy Fizz, okay? I'm drinking one right now. This is our clean energy alternative, 55 milligrams of green tea, caffeine, guarana, ginseng for brain health and alertness, low in sugar, high in vitamin B, and all the energy with no crash. And lastly, our protein is so delicious. It's 24 grams of vegan protein that keeps you full and only protein on the market with avocado oil and no seed oils. And that is this one. I want you to hear that again. No avocado oil and no seed oils. And it tastes incredible. And even your kids will like it. So that's the 30-day, or that's the daily. Okay. I want to talk to you about the 30-day. So our 30-day, this is a total lifestyle shift. So if you're looking for something that's all pretty basic, you can get all of that today, start that. But if you want to do a full lifestyle shift, a 30-day gut reset, focus truly on fueling your body, this is what changes your actual lifestyle. And it's helped tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not over 500,000 people. I would tell you it has been a lot. I don't know exactly how many, but a lot that have used this, that have seen weight loss, increased energy, sleep, glowing skin, created healthy, happy hormones, guts, all of it. And this is a great program. And there's also the power add-ons for this. So you can actually look at some of these here. These power add-ons are amazing. You know, if you want to look at stress, immunity, glow, sleep, some of the things we talked about. But I'm going to take you to one of my favorites, which is the Her Core. So we are super excited that we've entered into this women's wellness healing category with hormone support. And these are not just a band-aid approach. Here's the thing. If you have symptoms of menopause and are pre or postnatal, you need a good daily vitamin C and you struggle with UTIs, please let us know because we can get you that information. I actually have another call on that from some OBGYNs that go into more detail, but Meno support is so basic. It's really, there's three plants in it that they had chose for it, for the components of it. And what they do is they plug into your estrogen receptors. So it can bind and it can turn it onto the cell. So it tells you to do all these amazing things like estrogen does, but we know when we hit this stage in our life, the estrogen goes down. So the plant looks just at it enough, and what it does is it gently nudges it to turn things on. And so if you have some of those symptoms like we talked about before, like hot flashes, night sweats, vaginal dryness, mood balance, nervousness, fatigue, sleep disturbance, dizziness, joint discomfort, and numbness, you guys, all 10 of those, this Estrogy 100 has been clinically studied to alleviate 10 of those symptoms alone. Like, get on this today, okay? So that helps support heart health, helps maintain healthy blood pressure already within the normal range, which no other menopause product currently on the market provides. And this provides also bone health support, and it's also an alternative solution to hormone replacement therapy, although you can use it along with it. So here's a little story. I have a friend who was using hormone replacement therapy. She's now been off it for 10 days and she has none of those symptoms back, and she's solely using this. I am on the road to that. I'm doing both and tapering off. So talk to us about that. Then we're going to talk about the floral vaginal probiotics. So there's two plants here that help the pH in your vagina. And we want an acidic environment. When it's not acidic and it's more alkaline, which is interesting, we get more infections. So that's how you get yeast infections, UTIs. So 4 different strains of probiotics. Everyone needs this. The elderly, younger, everybody really needs this, you guys. Like, I was just on a call with a naturopath doctor, and she was like, every single person needs to be on this, and I love it. So especially if you're using tampons, or tampons, make sure they are organic, whatever you do, because there's pesticides out there. And you got to remove your tampons every 3 to 4 hours. But all of that disrupts the vaginal microbiome. So has, like I said, that incredible combination of probiotics in it. And it is amazing for your vaginal health, and we need that. And then also the prenatal vitamin. And everybody, here, let's clear on this. Yes, it's a prenatal, but if you think that's just because you're pregnant, you're wrong. I was on another call with an OB/GYN, and she goes, here's the truth. The little capsule is packed with nutrients every woman needs, whether you're chasing toddlers, chasing your dreams, or you're chasing your phone that you left in the refrigerator again. I've done that. So if you're not pregnant, that's fine. You don't need that, or you're not even trying, you can still use this. If you need focus, energy, and cellular support, even better. And if you want to support the brain, bone, and hormonal health daily, she's the one. She's your powerhouse. And so it has methylated vitamin B in it, quatropolic folate, DHA from algae, chlorine, iron, iodine, and KT. Basically, the squad for your hormones, thyroids, bloods, and bones. And the best part, there's no artificial. It's all, like we said, all the things that we do. So I am so obsessed with all of that. Now, here is our new products, and we just launched all of these. So make sure you check that out. Hair care to Her Core to a multivitamin to some beautiful makeup. Yes, I am using that right now. I love the lips. But you guys, it's all connected. And here's what I know. It's all connected. All of our products that we put in and on our body, anti-aging, we want to be very aware of what we're putting in and on our skin, as we know, because it travels to your bloodstream within 26 seconds, and your skin is your gateway into your bloodstream, and it absorbs harmful ingredients. It can disrupt your hormones, cause cancer, impact fertility, libido, all of the things. And so you want to have quality skincare. And I will say, this is our fan favorite right here, our derm stuff. Check it out. Go look at it. We have it for the body, for the skin, for the neck, for the feet, for the, what, we got you. Let's show you the before and afters, and actually need to get you some testimonies. That's what I need to do next, is have you read the testimonies, because here are just some amazing before and afters. people with their hair, skin, nails, weight, all the things, and how they're feeling great. So, where do you see yourself? Let me talk to you about that. So, where do you see yourself? So, where do you see yourself? For me, that was pretty much a given. Like I looked at this and I was like, well, I need to go all in, right? And that's where I've coached my clients, but I know we all have different budgets and I want to definitely respect, and I definitely want to respect that. So where do you see yourself? Maybe, getting started on some daily products, maybe a 30-day or even the 7-day fresh kit, which is an intermittent fasting kit with probiotic, protein, and matcha tea, which is beautiful. I drink this every day. That's our matcha. So that is in here. That is another great program. So where do you see yourself? Talk to the person that sent you this video and let them know where you see yourself. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to talk to you about what I actually have been doing for the last 18 years. And I will tell you, this is our movement. This is where we show people we help them with the best of being the best of the best for them. And we want to help people see themselves in the best possible light. And this starts with, prioritizing habits, becoming the best person around you, and lifting other people up. So this is our movement. What could you do with a little extra income? If you're wanting to earn an extra couple $100 a month or 20,000 plus a month, check earnings.arbonne.com for that. But you will be blown away. I've been here for 18 years as a top level leader, and it has changed our life completely. I will say this business is absolutely incredible. It's $65 to start your business for an online global health and wellness business. $65. You can't even get a manicure for that. You earn 15% commission off of your customers' orders, not just like a one-time thing forever, which is crazy. In affiliate marketing, you don't get that. So this is for the lifetime of the customer, you get the commission. That's huge. And as you promote in the company, that increases. You can earn cash bonuses, trips. I've been all around the world. Thank you, Arbonne, from Costa Rica to Cambodia, Vietnam, Bahamas, Jamaica. I just got back from, we're going to Tulum in a couple weeks, Maui 15 times. I mean, I could go on and on and on. But here's the thing, you don't have to do that part of it. You can share products every once in a while. So if that's something for you, or you're like me and you wanted to build an empire and you want to have choices, and I cannot wait to be 80 years old and have my Arbonne business around all these young girls that keep me young. I love it. It's so fun. And I love being a top industry leader. And you get all the resources, coaching, and everything else. So where do you see yourself and what does that look like? Okay, so I am so excited because for us, we want to help you. We want you to, look at this and go, hey, maybe you're excited to start, working as a consultant, and that's something. Talk to us about that. Learn more about that. We'd love to help you. Or possibly you're, looking at this and you're like, hey, I definitely would love to be a client, and that client, let's get started today. Let's get you in your order. Or maybe you're a connector and you're willing to help a friend out that has a business that maybe sent this to you, and you want to share and save and get some perks to do that. That is an amazing way to go. I love doing that. But what we want you to know is if you decide to become a consultant and you want to build with us, you learn as you go, and it's one step at a time. And you partner with us, and from earning that extra income from your phone, you have the flexibility, or maybe being, even something bigger like I've done. But whatever it is, there's a place for your dreams. So how can we help you get started today? I'm so glad that you listened to this, and I'm so blessed that you're actually, taking this next step for your health. And so let us know where we can get started, what package would fit you, and how we can serve you best. Because when you are better, we are better, and we are all for it. So God bless you. Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.